Hi, Virgo, or anyone watching for Virgo. If you're watching for Virgo, reverse the roles. This is a love reading, and it's taking a look at the 29th of November through the 5th of December, but it may resonate whenever you find it. So, Virgo, looking at your cards, it feels like you are becoming very decisive about what you want, very clear about what you want. There's an energy that I'm seeing here of you trying really hard to keep something moving or something afloat. It looks like there's a connection that at one time it meant a lot to you. And I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything to you now, but what I'm seeing is that you're kind of looking at this situation with a fresh pair of eyes. Now, it could be that you're dealing with someone who in the past has cheated on you or betrayed your trust in some other way. And I feel like whatever the situation was, like wherever it happened, you tried really hard to have faith that this person would be able to make it up to you or would be able to change. As I'm looking at your energy, it looks as though you're starting to regret that decision. So it seems like perhaps this person told you that they would do better, this time around or whatever. And so you took them at their word, but now you're getting into a space where you're realizing that their efforts are not enough, right? Or perhaps you've been holding on to something that you should have let go of, or that whatever happened back in the past should have been like the catalyst to you moving on from this person, right? As I'm looking at your spread, I'm seeing the King of Cups is actually the situation that's coming towards you this week. So I feel like somebody would be trying very hard to talk to you about how you feel, to compromise. It seems as though this person could even be asking you okay, maybe you don't want to be in a relationship, but I just love you so much. I want to be your friend. I feel as though for you that there's just so much disappointment in regards to this connection that even if this person is saying all these things or making you feel loved at this time, you're very analytical. You're not allowing your emotions to dictate the next phase in your life. I feel like for you, you're kind of thinking about all of the opportunities that you passed up on to be with this person. And it's because in the past, perhaps you either thought that they were what you wanted or you didn't know what you wanted. Okay, you got purpose. I know what I'm here to do. And that King of Swords is very purposeful in everything that he does or she does. So there's an energy here of you looking at your situation and coming to the realization that love is just not enough. In a lot of ways, it's like, I love you, but that's not enough. I don't trust this. I don't feel safe. I don't feel like the time that I've invested in this has brought me where I want to be, right? Now, you have new love at the bottom of your oracle deck and freedom in the reverse, along with disappointment. And it's making me feel as though you've been yearning lately for something new. And I think that you were kind of hoping that it would come from this person, that they would be able to have this transformation. But this week, it seems as though you could possibly be thinking about what your life would be like with someone else, right? Someone that you don't have all this baggage with, or that you don't have these trust issues with, and I feel like that's something that you're going to start going after. There's an energy here of you wanting to walk away from this because it's been very disappointing, but someone here has been super selfish, and so it's the energy of you being like, well, you're always happy and I'm always putting in the work. And I do feel loved by you, but I don't feel supported by you. It's kind of like this person is the star of the show, and then you're just the sidekick or whatever, but you're behind the scenes, the one doing all the work to build this person up. And I feel like you want more of a partnership than what you've been getting. As I'm looking at your opportunity, it's the Two of Cups in the reverse. So I feel like this is an opportunity for you to figure out what is missing from this relationship, and what I feel like it's the action. The words are there, the emotion is there, but the consistent action doesn't seem to be there, right? And so I feel like for you, that's why this is just becoming a little bit unbearable. Your obstacle being the Four of Pentacles in the reverse is showing me that it's going to be hard to let this go. So perhaps you've built a life with this person. Perhaps this week you're feeling as though this person's finally showing you that side of themselves that you've been waiting to see, right? But the advice is the Lovers in the reverse, and this is happening because of the Eight of Wands. And so I feel like there could honestly be new love in your life coming towards you. You may have already met this person, and for those of you who have already met this new person, you could be looking at this situation with like your old partner and thinking, wow, this new person already treats me like way better than the person that I've been dealing with. You know, for a small group of you, you're reconnecting with someone that you knew before you were with this person that you're dealing with. So that could be like somebody you went to high school with, or somebody from your old neighborhood, or at an old job. Like, I don't know if you bump into this person or what, but this is somebody that maybe you always kind of had a thing for and it just didn't go anywhere. This person would be very surprised to find out what your life has been like since they saw you last, right? For some of you, I guess that could even be like a family member, you know, if it's not in the romantic capacity, but it's the energy of you like looking at your life with a different pair of eyes. It's almost like remembering who you were before you got into this situation and thinking like, wow, how did I get here? Where did I go wrong? Or like, how did I, you know, lower my standards so much that I'm like hoping that this person would get it together when maybe 8 years ago, I would have never given this person the time of day. You get what I mean? There's an energy here of you perhaps moving backwards after like a really devastating separation in your life. So that is something that you may want to try to address or pay attention to. Like for some of you, you got a divorce, and then since you're divorced, you've been dealing with people that like you never would have looked at twice, right? And now you're like trapped in this crazy, you know, situation where it's like, whoa, if my ex-husband saw me now, or, you know, if my ex-wife saw me now, they'd be like, what are you doing? You get what I mean? It's kind of like you went on this journey to find yourself, in all honesty. And what I'll say about that is oftentimes to really find ourselves, we have to lose ourselves, right? Because what's coming through here is that perhaps in the past, you may have lived your life based on other people's expectations. You know, before you ended up in this situation, there's kind of an energy of like you wanting to break out of the mold of having to be what other people wanted you to be, you know? So maybe you were attracted to like the bad boy or the bad girl, or you went off and did something with someone who like you never would have thought you'd be with, right? But now you're coming to the realization that that's not you either, right? Because it's almost like you've settled for so much less than what you deserve. But before this happened, it's almost like you felt like you were an imposter in your own life, right? So something that's very nice is you have an opportunity to unify the parts of yourself, you know, that I feel like have been looking for love or yearning for love, but also the part of you that accepts love, right? Maybe if you look at your life in the past, it's like everything seemed too good to be true, right? So you had to go on this journey to like find yourself, you know, like those epic odysseys where like the prince that's supposed to inherit the throne ends up, you know, pretending to be a pauper and going off on some big journey and then realizing like that he did deserve everything that he felt like was being handed to him before. You get what I mean? It's kind of the energy of that where you're coming full circle and you're starting to integrate both halves of yourself into your personality. But outside of that, you're also seeing that this is not you either, right? This is no more you than the situation that you were in before this happened, you know, even though this feels significantly worse. But this is giving you kind of a new idea of like, wow, I do deserve good things, right? And so now I'm not like suffering from having good things and then feeling like I don't deserve them, or if people only knew the real me, right? So kind of a big transformation. You may be letting someone down this week, or if anything, you're at least thinking about how to convey what you're going through, because this is a pretty big revelation for you, right? This is you realizing like there were some really good things about me before this situation happened that maybe I'd like to try to reclaim and reintegrate into my life. Now, your Oracle card says, yes, the desired outcome is on the way. Your hard work will pay off. And I feel like you have been working really hard. I feel like you're honestly finding yourself, figuring out who you are, right? So kind of some heavy energy, but I do believe that you will get through it. If you have any friends at this time, maybe friends from when you were young or friends that have been with you throughout this, it seems like there is a friend that is in your life for a reason, that would not like judge you or would really be there to support you and kind of mirror, some of your good qualities back to you, right? Because that's always really helpful when it seems like we're moving into a space of like having a huge epiphany about ourselves or our behavior. Sometimes it's just nice to have that reassurance of like, hey, don't be so hard on yourself, because this is kind of one of those things where you look back and you're like, damn, I didn't know what I had yesterday until I didn't have it today. But when I had it, I didn't feel like I deserved it. So how do I go back to that, but not be that because I wasn't even happy there? You get what I'm saying? So kind of a lot going on with you this week in regards to your love life. It seems like this will be an energy that extends further on through the week, Let me get you a romance oracle, and then I'm going to take a look at the future with this person that came through in your reading. We'll take a look at how they feel about you, what they want, what they're doing, how they think you feel about them, what they will do, all kinds of stuff, as well as get advice for how to deal with this connection. So let me get an oracle card for you, and then I will put the preview to the extended reading at the end of this video. All right. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you shared with those you love. So kind of interesting, because I'm seeing that you're actually wanting the King of Pentacles. So, I mean, everybody wants stability, but sometimes that does talk about money. So Spirit is just saying, like, don't shift your focus into being like a super workaholic to try to avoid this lesson, but also think about the memories that you have and really think about, like, are you living a life that if something were to happen to you and you had to look back on your life, would you have a lot of regrets, right? Because you actually have that regrets oracle card. Let's get one more, please, for Virgo. Oh, two more. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Now, Virgo, this is kind of weird, but what I am hearing from this is actually, this is a message from Spirit, and not any particular person. I kind of feel like for some of you, you've been angry at God for a long time. And I'm not sure exactly what happened that made you feel that way. But this is almost like you coming back to that. So some of you are having like a religious or spiritual awakening, and you're starting to come back to God or to Spirit or Source and really seeing like the times that Spirit has actually been there for you when you did feel very alone, okay? You also got twin flames, your passion ignites. So that kind of explains why this connection has been so up and down. Perhaps like, for example, I have a twin, and in my situation, when I look back at my own life, I don't have any Virgo in my chart, but I have settled for so much less than I deserve because of this twin flame dynamic, whereas in the past, I probably would have booted someone very quickly, right? Bottom of your deck, you got close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So I'm going to put the preview to the extended at the end of this. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for all of you, and you take very good care of yourselves. Bye. So I feel like, Virgo, either you are with this person and they are a cheater, or this is somebody who is already with someone else and they are cheating on that person with you. Because they're quite literally looking at you as an affair or as something that's temporary, even though there's an energy of them having deep feelings for you. Okay. King of Pentacles in the reverse is probably one of my least favorite kings when they come out in the reverse, because this is someone who doesn't see the value of people, of their time, of the commitments that they have. This is somebody who, they're just kind of corrupt, and it's really for their own personal gain, unfortunately. This could be someone who you feel like is like bleeding you of your finances, and you're starting to cut this person off with some of the cards that I'm seeing here. This person could also be like a womanizer or a gold digger. There's an energy here of this person really not too much caring how they show up for other people, because they want what they want. This person, I feel like, struggles with feeling connected to any sort of higher power or spirit. They're lacking in empathy. This came out in the reverse. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. And then impartiality and growth were here. So I feel like this person really, really struggles with having empathy for other people and with change.